I learned about trading 3 years ago, but I've been trading for 2 years officially. Take your time. Don't really put a time limit on your learning.
Mhm.
And my recent payout was around $8,490.
That's amazing. Hello everyone and welcome back to another TFT interview. Today I have the pleasure to host Niko, who comes from Maryland. Welcome, Niko.
Hey Anna, thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into trading?
Yes. So my name is Nicholas. A lot of my friends and family, they call me Niko or Nick. I'm 24 years old. My family, they're from the Caribbean, Jamaica, and Trinidad, but we migrated to Baltimore, Maryland in the United States. And I learned about trading 3 years ago, but I've been trading for 2 years officially.
Mhm.
And my recent payout was around $8,490.
That's amazing. What size account do you have?
I have a $100,000 account.
So 8%. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. And how did you start? Like, where did you find Forex?
So it was like 2020. I was a junior going into my senior year of college, and this is around the coronavirus time when it was like a pandemic. And
The
my
pandemic
college
trader is most of us.
Yeah. Everybody's a pandemic trader.
Yeah.
So my school had sent everybody home, and a lot of people was getting laid off, so everybody's at home. And it was the IML Academy on Instagram. And so a lot of people were saying it was like a pyramid scheme. So out of curiosity, I joined to see what it was. And, it was really like motivational calls. But me kind of being the person I am, I'm already motivated. So I felt like I didn't need it. So, I left after like 2-3 weeks. But while I was in it, I came across some independent day traders and I seen the results that they got. So, I always kept day trading in the back of my head. And I think I went on to graduate in 2021. And my senior year in school, my professor, he was telling us how like people in my industry, which was sports management, he was like you had to work your way up. So the beginning salary would be around 24,000 to 30,000. But at the time, I'm thinking like that's not really a lot of money. So I already knew about day trading. So, I'm like, I'm going to take the entrepreneurship route and day trade when I get out of school. So, I graduated in May 2021. By June, I had like $2,000 saved up. And I threw it in a live account, which was kind of risky because I didn't really have a lot of experience, but I still did it anyway. And, like a regular beginner trader, by August, the money was gone. So, I had to get a job. But in the meantime, while I got the job, I was working at a fitness center, like cleaning equipment and stuff. So in the meantime, I was demo trading, and I brought my demo trading account from 3,000 to 10,000. So I'm like, okay, I kind of know what I'm doing now. So at the same time, I was just saving all my checks. I learned about prop firms. The first company I learned about was FTMO. And, I'm like, all right, I'm going to try FTMO. So I quit my job in November 2021, started trading with FTMO. I had a lot of like failure and success. Like from November to June of 2022, I was like failing the first phase, or I would pass the first phase and then fail the second phase, or pass the first phase and the second phase and then blow my live account. So it was like such of that. And then in June, I finally like got a breakthrough. I passed the phase 1, phase 2, got my live account, and I got my first payout. And then I just focused on continue to be consistent and, being transparent. I failed my live account in like September or October of 2022. So I had like a little stretch and I took a mental break. And then that's when I came to TFT in January of this year. Yeah.
And you're here now.
That's how I got here.
That's amazing. So, can you tell me a little bit about the learning process? Like, you mentioned that you joined one community but jumped out quickly, and you met some independent traders. But did you have like a mentor, or you learned everything by yourself? And how long time did it take you to find your strategy that you're currently trading?
So I had joined the IML, hopped out. I didn't have a mentor because one, like a lot of people, they were charging so much money at the time, and me being a college student fresh out, I didn't really want to spend a lot of money. But so I kind of learned on my own. I went on YouTube and, you know, I was just taking little bits and pieces from different traders. And then I put it all together in my own liking. And, you know, I figured out a strategy. It probably took me around 18 months to really find something that really works for me. So, yeah.
And what did you struggle with the most, and how did you overcome the struggles?
I struggle most with like emotional control, I would say, and really emotional control. I overcome it by like just lowering my risks and being patient, making sure I'm getting in at the right time. It's never really a right time, but just making sure, you know, all my moves are confirmed and taking my time, really.
Yeah. And what was the eye-opening moment for you?
I had a crazy day in like July of 2022. It was a learning experience because I made 20,000 in one day, but the next day I lost it was actually the same day. I lost like 10,000. So I made 20 and lost 10. And it taught me to like, don't be greedy. Just take my money and go. Cause I basically gave away 10% of my money. So, you know, just take my time, take my money. So now on, when I do have a big day in the market, I'll be satisfied. Just take my money. Because it's a lot of times, like, even if, like, say we see $500, $700, $1,000. It's a lot of times that traders like try to wait for more money, and then the market end up going back, and you end up losing that money. So it really just taught me to take my profit and just be satisfied with what I got.
Yeah, over trading is never good, and getting too excited.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. How is your psychology towards trading, and what did you do to improve it?
My psychology, I would say, is constantly getting better. You know, every day I try to work on just getting better at everything trading wise. But in order to improve my psychology, I like work out, go to the gym, try to take my mind off trading sometimes.
Yeah.
And, you know, just read books when I can. Try to read.
What kind of books are you reading?
Trading in the Zone, The Disciplined Trader. And I read some more books about like entrepreneurship.
Nice. Would you like to share your screen and show us how you analyze the charts and maybe a recent trade that you took?
Yeah. All right. So this is the trade that I took when I had my payout that got me to receive my payout. It's on Euro JPY. So every week I do like a breakdown on Saturday and Sunday. So it prepared me for the week basically, because you don't want to come to the market and not know what you're looking for. So, you know, I usually have like two different setups. I have a setup for a buy and a setup for a sell, because you don't want to be biased and just look at the market from one standpoint. So, you know, when you look to the left, I'm a swing trader, so I trade on higher time frames. Usually I'll look at the daily, the 4 hour, and the 1 hour. So when you look left, you'll see that the market is creating new lows. So from right here, on this standpoint, the market retested right here, but it didn't break above. So, you know, it came back down, made a newer low. So coming in, as you can see, this is on a Monday right here.
Yeah.
I knew the market was going to make a retest because it made a new low in the previous week. So, you know, I just waited for the retest. We got a full retest. It came to my zone up here, but it didn't make a new high over here. So, you know, I kind of figured it was going to sell. So now this is where I just waited, honestly. I waited for more confirmation right here in this area. So we got selling pressure right here. And then the market kind of retested, but it didn't make a new high above right around this zone. So I kind of knew that sellers were still in the market. So once it made a new low right here under this zone that I drew right here, I kind of knew it was going to sell. So, you know, I took a position and I scaled in. I used a low lot size, honestly. And then I scaled in right here under this zone. And, you know, I don't really like trading to the wick. I trade back to the candle, candle, just to secure my profit, because it's like a higher chance. But it did end up going to my bottom zone. And it's also important that your zones are lined up correctly. So
and how do you choose how do you define your zones?
I just go off where it's like a lot of price action. If you could see on a higher time frame, wherever my zones are, it's a lot of price action. The market is either retesting at that level or coming back.
And I see that you have the which exponential moving average. You have two moving averages.
Yeah. So I really don't pay attention to it honestly, but I still have them on there just for like more confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
So I know who's in the market at the time. Is it buyers or sellers? But I really like price action and just zone to zone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what time frame do you use to execute?
I use the hour, and if the hour isn't clear, then I might go down to the 30-minute. But for the most part, the hour time frame.
So what are your confirmations? Like, what are you looking for? What would you like to see in order to enter?
I would like to see either a break and retest or just a simple break of structure. So on this trade in particular, right here, let me see if I got highlighted. Right here, exactly, the market broke structure right here. It made a new low, and it didn't make a new high right here. So once it got to right here, I knew that was a good entrance. And, the market just kept going right here at my zone right here. This is where I scaled in again. The market made a little retest, and then it broke below. And once it broke below the low, that was more confirmation for me to take another position. And I was already in profit. So, I just scaled in.
Yeah. And do you move the stop loss to break even on your initial position when you're scaling in?
Honestly, I didn't, but I think that's something that I should start doing. But I had a lot of trust in my position, and I kind of felt like I knew it was going to go to take profit. So, I just held it. I just entered my trade and just held it the whole way.
And where did you put the stop loss of the scaled in position?
I put it right before, like kind of at my original entry. It was like a little bit before my original entry.
And do you take partials on the way?
Sometimes I will if I don't have like a strong belief in my trade hitting full TP and I feel like the market is about to reverse, then I'll take some. But for the most part, no, I just let them run to TP.
And I see that you're into GPY pairs. Do you look at the GPY basket, the GPY index for confirmation?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like, so I trade EJ, GJ, and GU. So I use the basket and the DXY for correlation a lot of times. So, it's like a cheat sheet, if you would call it. So, if the JPY basket is going, if it's going up, for example, so over here, as you can see, the JPY is going up in this whole time frame. And if you look on this chart, it's going down. So, it's like, it's kind of like opposites, but it's more correlation.
Yeah. Okay, if so, you start analyzing on a daily time frame, and then you drop down to 1 hour to execute.
Yeah. So like during the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I would do like a whole breakdown on my chart analysis, and I'll start from the monthly. Like I'll start from the monthly and take notes on what I think is happening with the monthly candle. Then I'll go down to the weekly, see what happened during the week, where price is moving throughout the week. Then I'll move to the daily and see what zones like price is most likely gonna go through. And I just go down from the monthly, the weekly, the daily, 4 hour, and the hour. I don't really like going under the hour, but
Yeah, and do you pay attention to fundamentals, and do you trade maybe news?
I do pay attention to fundamentals in the news, but I really don't like trading around the news time. Like NFP, this past NFP, I didn't trade the whole week just because I wanted to stay away from the news.
Yeah.
I'd rather protect my capital and not take the higher risk and be on the wrong side. So I just stay away altogether.
Yeah, that's good. How are you dealing with the losing streak?
When I lose a streak, I take time away from the charts. Like, so when I blew my account with FTMO, I had like a mental break from the charts. I didn't trade for a month, probably a month or 2 months. But I still was like looking at the charts, but I just wasn't taking any trades, and I was really just working on my psychology and what I did wrong in order to, go on a losing streak and try to fix my mistakes. So I think it's very important that traders, they take a break from the market sometimes when we having losing streaks or, just to get our mind right and focus on what's going wrong. Yeah. Because you always want to improve your skills and improve. like if you're not fixing your mistakes, it's kind of hard to evolve in the business. So, you got to fix what you're doing.
Yeah. So you're keeping a trading journal, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And do you only track your technical part, or you're also journaling your emotional part?
Yeah, I track everything because
Everything.
it's like I want to make sure that I'm fixing my mistakes as I'm going. And sometimes when I'm having a good days or whatever, I'll look back and see like what made me have a good day. Or if I'm having a bad day, I'll try to see how I could fix that. So
yeah. So do you write like how you feel before you execute a trade and after, or how do you journal your psychology?
I really journal like how after the move. So say I had a bad trade and I'm feeling like, I guess I don't even really get mad no more after a trade. I accept my losses. So I just say like why I lost it. Was I not being patient, or I didn't hold my trade? I didn't have enough confidence in my trade to hold it. And sometimes sometimes say your trade it goes in negative, but it doesn't hit your stop loss, but you still close the position because you feel like you're losing.
Yeah.
But then it turns around and you're back in profit or whatever, but you closed the trade already. So sometimes it'd be like that. I need to hold my positions longer or lower my risk if I feel like I should have closed.
When you mentioned the risk, how is your risk management? Do you use do you stick to certain percentage per position, or you're playing with the risk depending on where you are in the account? Like if you're in profit, if you're in a drawdown?
Yeah, so it's pretty much like that. So if I'm not in profit, I'm probably risking 0.5%, 0.5 to 0.7% a trade. But if I am in profit, then maybe I'll risk like 1%. But at the same time, sometimes it depends on the setup. Like everybody knows what they like and what they like to see. So if I see something that I for sure know, like I like the setup, I might risk a little bit more than usual. But if it's just a regular trade, like it could go either way because trading no position is like 100% accurate. The trade could go either way. So if it's a trade like that, then most likely I'm gonna risk 0.5%.
That's what Mark Douglas says. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen in the market.
Yeah. What advice would you give to new traders that are just getting started?
I would say, like, stay focused. Take your time. Don't really put a time limit on your learning because it's a lot of information that you have to learn. It's not like you start trading today and you start making money next week or next month, even next year. It's not really a time limit on how long it takes to become profitable. I would say like make a plan, come up with something, like find a strategy, find what works best for you. Every trader is different at the end of the day. What works for somebody might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for somebody else. So, I would say it's so much stuff that you have to learn. Like you have to show up every day. You can't just try to half show up one day and then think that you're going to become a profitable trader. You really have to put in the work every single day, that's pretty much. I would say, if you don't have the resources to get a mentor, it's always a lot of ways. Like, don't let that stop you from learning. But at the same time, you need to if you are going to find a mentor, find somebody who has like reviews and, is secure, because it's a lot of scammers in the industry. So, you want to make sure that you're not wasting your money.
Yeah.
And,
that was a good advice. What did you understand about yourself since you started trading? Because trading is a lot about psychology. So what were the things that you started realizing about yourself since you started trading?
It showed me a lot of like self-awareness. I learned about myself way more. Like trading will take you to your lowest points in life, and you just gotta stay strong, have a positive mindset, and just keep going no matter what. Because everybody take losses, but everybody is not gonna fail. You only fail if you give up. So it really just taught me to be strong and keep going. Really.
Yeah. Amazing. What are your goals with trading and in general in life? Like where do you see yourself in 5-10 years?
Starting with my goals in trading, I definitely want to have like $1 million funded account with some company. I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure they do have companies that give out $1 million, but I want to have $1 million funded account, multiple accounts, like funded accounts and live accounts, and just become the best trader I can be and make a lot of money. Like, not putting a number on the amount of money because it can go to whatever.
Yeah.
But in 5 to 10 years, I want to be like a businessman. I don't want to just have trading income. I want to like branch off and invest my profits into different businesses and, just keep the revenue coming in. So 5 to 10 years, I don't know. I see myself being very successful and, just expanding and making sure the people around me are expanding at the same time. So that's how I see it in 5 to 10 years.
That's beautiful. When you mentioned the prop firms, how did you find TFT and how is your experience with us?
Oh, yeah. So I found TFT through my cousin. I have like a trading group. We call it Straight Up. This the hoodie right here. So it's my cousin. We call him Sub-Zero. His wife, we call her Blizzy. My brother, his name is Cold Blue. And then me, I'm Nikos Money. But we have this office that we go and we trade in. And, but my cousin, he was a member of TFT, and when I failed my account with FTMO, he told me about it, and he told me that y'all had like a rabbit account where you could take phase 1. If you pass phase 1, you can go to phase 2 the next day, and then
you can get funded in 3 days.
So when I heard that, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna see what it's about. But then as I saw, I started seeing like promotions, like y'all do different deals every week or 2 weeks or whatever. It's a new promotion out. So, I joined. But what I really like about TFT is with this account that I have right now, so I failed. I didn't even really fail. I didn't violate any rules. So, they let me restart for free. And a lot of funding companies don't let you restart for free. You got to pay. So that really surprised me. So when they let me retry for free, I ended up buying another 50K account because I had a 50K account at first. I ended up buying another one and I just merged it together when I passed both of them at the same time. So I just merged it together.
Amazing.
But the community is pretty nice. The customer service, if I have a problem, I hit contact support and, they respond very quick. So I like that about TFT.
I'm glad to hear that. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your daily routine? Like what passions do you have apart from trading? How does a day of you look like?
So a day of my life looks like I'm a London trader. So, I used to early in my trading career, which is still early in my trading career, but earlier I would like try to stay up the whole night and, stay up for London. But now I probably go to sleep around 12 o'clock. I'll be watching the charts up till 12 a.m. just to see what's going on. I'll go to sleep and wake back up around 3 a.m. And, see where the market's at, what's going on. And if I see a nice setup that I like, I'll take a position and, I'll hold it until it hit my TP or through New York session. But I'm really on the charts from maybe 3 a.m. to, if I'm in a position, I'm on the charts from like 3 a.m. to probably 8 a.m. Just holding trades or whatever. But for the most part, I don't like to be on the charts all day. I'll work out, do a whole bunch of exercises or do a whole bunch of different activities, just try to stay away from the charts until it's actually time for me to get in that zone. I just let the markets flow and,
Thank you so much for your time and thank you for sharing your experience with us. I wish you best of luck with all your goals and hope to have a follow-up in the near future when you hit the maximum allocation.
For sure. Appreciate you.
To all of you watching, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and show us some love in the comments down below. Trade safe, and until next time.